morning and welcome to the first Eye of the Tiger of 2019. I'm Cam Madrano.
And I'm AJ Welker.
The Williams Act mandates that students have equal access to approved instructional materials. However, with the new digital access provided by RJUHSD's one-to-one Chromebook initiative, the district has greater freedom to explore instructional materials outside of the conventional textbook model. This means that in the future, schools may not necessarily be required to adopt and purchase textbooks in the traditional sense. We go to Danielle Bennett with more.
Thanks, Cam. RHS is currently in its first year of providing students with one-to-one Chromebooks. As RJUHSD approaches digital equity, the district is now considering more digital options for educational resources, as opposed to the traditional textbook model. In particular, the rollout of NGSS science courses that began this year is pioneering a new approach to educational materials. According to NGSS lead teacher Mike Purvines, the new standards recommend that classes gather information from a variety of sources. In effect, this approach might look like using a textbook for a few units that it covers well, but integrating other digital materials where it is weaker. Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction Jess Borham believes this is the district's ultimate goal when it comes to instructional materials.
We have really embraced the notion that technology is changing the world and it's changing education. A teacher should have multiple tools that they use to get students to particular learning targets. It's okay to have a central one, if you will, but it shouldn't be the ultimate driver on what happens in a class day to day.
One of the new materials science classes have begun using is CK12, an open-source online textbook. The availability of open-source materials like CK12 could offer cost-effective opportunities for supplementing curriculum.
Because science is about doing. We're trying to put our costs into equipment and resources for students to actually do science instead of paying a lot of money for a textbook that goes in a backpack and is only read. You know, science is more than reading about things.
And it's teaching students, I think, those 21st century skills that they need moving forward after high school, whether it be in their job or post-secondary education. They need to be able to use the internet and use it well.
Other courses this year that are looking into replacing their current textbooks due to their outdated material include CP Government. According to government teacher Carol Crabtree, as of now the department is hoping to find a textbook that comes with digital supplements. One of the benefits of these materials would be their ability to be updated to keep up with the modern world.
You want to be able to incorporate contemporary information, what's happening now, what happened in the last 3 or 4 years. You don't want to have a textbook that cuts off in 2003.
The bad things about a textbook is when it's published, it's maybe up to date at that point, but we keep those textbooks a very long time. And like in the field of biotechnology, that stuff's changing all the time. And so we're trying to find more relevant stuff that's more current, because we want our science classes to not be 10 years ago science classes. We want them now science classes and dealing with the relevant subjects today.
And with that, hopefully RHS students can look forward to more variety in their school day and some lighter backpacks in the future.
Maybe some courses can get rid of textbooks altogether and save the district a lot of money.
For more on the story, you can visit eyeofthetigernews.com.
And now we go over to Natalie Russell with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Natalie Russell. All winter sports have been successful so far this season, with boys varsity basketball, wrestling, and girls varsity soccer going undefeated in league. Though the team may have started out slow, boys basketball is currently tied for first place with the Intercom Tigers in the CVC.
So far, we had a rough start, but then once we got going, we got into a rhythm, we started playing faster, and then since then we've been on a roll and we're just playing better as a team, really.
Wrestling is having yet another successful season, sitting at first place thus far this season.
Strengths as a team, I'd say conditioning is a big strength. We've been working hard in the room and not stopping in our matches.
Girls soccer looks to return to the section finals for the 3rd year in a row and has been dominating the CVC so far.
The team chemistry is really good right now, and preseason wasn't that good, but ever since we got over that bumpy patch, it's been really good so far.
Although they are not in first place, boys varsity basketball, soccer, and girls varsity basketball are also doing well, with boys soccer in 3rd in league and girls basketball in 2nd place in the CVC. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Natalie. Over our winter break, Netflix released Birdbox, one of their best movies they have ever released, and it has been incredibly well received by everyone. Recently, the movie also turned into a meme with people making their own blindfolded scenes and dubbing it the Birdbox Challenge. And even though the meme did take control of the meme cycle for a long time, it had a pretty amazing effect on the reception of the movie and only made me like it more. Netflix has always had an incredible track record, and this movie is definitely no different. It absolutely blew me away. There were no low points in the movie, and the suspense is pretty much constant. My only criticism to the movie is how confusing it is, but even that is completely intentional, and I think it only adds to how great the movie is. That my only criticism is a strength.
People describe seeing an entity that takes on the form of your worst fears.
Oh my God. What are you looking at? What did you see? What is wrong with you? Please stop it!
We can't stay here.
Every contact we have had with the outside has brought us death.
Bird Box is possibly one of Netflix's best original movies they have ever made, and I highly recommend it. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Jackson. Key Club hosted their first Winter Olympics last Saturday.
In the event, Key Club members from both RHS and other sites met in the cafeteria to celebrate their Key Club Winter Olympics. According to Key Club member Claire Townsend, the students engaged in winter-themed activities.
We started with bobsledding, which actually was more like wheelbarrow, where you hold the feet of someone else in front of you and go across the floor. That was really fun. We also had frozen t-shirt contest, where you have to try and undo a frozen t-shirt and put it on the fastest. And we had snowball fights, it was just dodgeball, but it was really fun.
Townsend feels that the most exciting part of the event is the energy everyone brings.
I loved seeing the spirit from everybody because after we divided into teams, we had them sort of name themselves and make their own flag. So it was kind of more like the real Olympics.
We are number 4! Number 4!
According to Townsend, Key Club enjoys inviting clubs from other schools and that events like this will only benefit the club going into the future.
Our club really likes having get-togethers and sort of involving other clubs with our own club. So it's really cool to get a lot of people from our division together to sort of create that bond between ourselves.
That looked like a lot of fun.
Maybe I'll try and go next year.
And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EOT News.
We're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.